Welcome back to AM Northwest. In her latest role, actress Chloë Grace Moretz plays a young girl with dreams of a musical future, but in an instant finds herself at a life and death crossroads in the film If I Stay.
Here I am, Mia, the girl who thinks about the cello and Adam, and just like that. Mom! Daddy! Dad! Am I dying? What am I supposed to do?
Life is this big, fat, gigantic, stinking mess. That's the beauty of it, too.
And we welcome the star of If I Stay, actress Chloë Grace, and also the author of the best-selling book, Gayle Forman. Good morning to you, too.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, I just have to tell you how much I love this movie. I cried absolute buckets, and the ugly cry. It's so powerful, you guys. Great job.
Thank you, thank you. I mean, I think we all cried the ugly cry, especially I did reading the book. So I knew that when I watched the movie, I was like, I'm definitely going to be doing the ugly cry right now.
Oh, my gosh. So,
I just saw the movie again last night and cried the ugly cry again, so here we go.
Well, so, Gayle, tell me, what did you think once you saw the movie? Because that's your baby now on film. How did it feel?
It felt like my baby had grown up beautifully. I saw it sort of through the different parts of the process. I saw the screenplay being written, and I was on set, so I saw certain scenes being shot. So I really knew that R.J. Cutler, the director, had the vision that I believed in, and the actors were so great. So I kind of had a sense, but the first time I kind of saw it all put together, let's just say there was a lot of ugly crying and a lot of happy crying too, because I found it moving, not just sad, but moving.
Yeah.
And also I thought the translation from page to screen really, really worked.
Chloë, this looked like an emotionally exhausting movie to act in, to be the main role. Tell me about what attracted you to the role and about that possible emotional exhaustion you may have had during filming.
I mean, first of all, it was obviously a very emotionally exhausting role. When I first took on the project, I kind of looked at it and I was like, geez, this is a lot to take on. Every day figuring out that someone else has died and kind of going through this process with this character was really heavy. And there were times when I just had to walk off set and be like, I gotta take a moment to myself because I can't do this. I can't listen to people die anymore.
Right.
And then I think one of the major things that made me want to do this project is because, you know, it hangs under the label of YA or young adult novel or young adult movie. But, you know, as you've seen it, it's a lot more than that. It's a lot more than just for teenagers. It really is for parents, it's for kids, it's for grandparents, it's for everyone. It really deals with very human, real-life situations that aren't candy-coated and that don't, you know, end in sugars and rainbows. You know, it's really natural and raw, and, you know, kids are falling in love for the first time, and it's realistic, and death isn't pretty, and it just felt like something that needed to be seen. Live action-wise.
Oh, my gosh, it definitely needs to be seen. It's a fantastic film. Gayle, when you visited the set, what was that like for you? And tell me about some of your experiences.
So the first thing that I got to do is before we started shooting, I went to the studio to hear them record some of the songs. And that's Jamie Blackley as Adam. He's actually singing. So that was kind of amazing and mind-blowing. The music is just really one of the things that elevates the movie. If you loved the book, then the movie is going to be that much more because you can't hear the music in the book. And then the very first time I went into Mia's house, they had decorated it so perfectly that I just got very emotional. And then just watching some of the Mia and Adam scenes, I really felt them falling in love. I got to see a lot of the music scenes being shot, and you just felt how electric those were going to be. And I think that's really translated onto the screen. So I got to see a wide variety, and it was great.
I saw something you had posted about the fun signs everywhere, like "If I Stay, restrooms this way," that kind of thing. It must have been pretty wild to see the name of your novel everywhere.
On a bathroom door, yes. Yeah. That was like the kind of shockingly amazing, awe-inspiring, and very humbling part was going to a set and seeing the trucks and the cables and all the people and understanding that was happening because of a book I'd written. That was so humbling.
And Chloë, did you know how to play the cello?
No, I definitely didn't know how to play the cello, but I spent about 7 months learning it, and I'd be silly to say that in those 7 months I learned such an intricate instrument, but really what it was over those 7 months was learning the emotionality and the passion that comes with being a cellist, because there's this feeling that emits when cellists play that you can't copy unless you've played it at least a few times. I mean, there's this vibration that you get through your body, and it's right there, and it has to become an extension of your body, and it's very lyrical almost the way that they play it. So I just really wanted to capture that and try and emit those same emotions that I had seen through watching cellists play a foot away from me.
When a cast gets together and all the time that they've spent together, they become family, it seems. And I'm curious if the young woman who played your best friend in the film, if you guys ended up becoming pretty close over the course of the time that you were in this filming this movie.
Yeah, we actually did. We had a bunch of sleepovers literally all the time. We always hung out. We got along really well. She would come over and we'd hot tub. It was fun. We had a really good time together, yeah.
Okay, and Gayle, I'm struck by the fact that the actress that played Mia's mom looks a lot like you. Was that, do you think, in any way intentional, or did you find that interesting at all? Or am I the only one that's pointing this out?
I'm very flattered. A couple of people who've seen the film have sort of thought that I had something in common with Mireille. I did make a joke during casting that R.J. Cutler, who's a redhead, and then there was Mireille, who's a redhead. I'm like, oh, we've got a redhead thing going on. She's just so wonderful, and she has a warmth to her and an intimacy. So I think fans who really know her from the TV show The Killing are going to love seeing this side of her. But any similarity between me and her, both in looks or in temperament, I will take as the highest praise, because she's fantastic as both an actress and a person.
Well, as a redhead myself, that's part of what I enjoyed, I have to tell you. Okay, now let me ask you, I understand that your husband inspired the character of Adam.
He did. Nick and I fell in love in Oregon when we were young, in our 20s, and he was in a band there, and he was this skinny punk rock boy with a big heart. And as I was writing the story, I started writing it, and I didn't know when I started writing the story that the love story would be such a big element, but as soon as I did, I named the character Nick, and it just kind of helped me access and sort of relive a lot of that. And then when I finished it, a draft, I said, here, you should read this, and I named the guy after you. Isn't that romantic? And he said, no, it's creepy. And he couldn't read it, so I had to change the name.
Oh, that's too funny. All right, well, both of you, thank you so much for talking with us this morning. I want to tell everyone at home that If I Stay opens Friday, August the 22nd. It's rated PG-13. Thank you both so much. Great film.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.